Hello, I'm Mr. Tiddy, and thank you for choosing to study with T-Level Digital at Thorpe St Andrews School in Sixth Form. Throughout this presentation, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the T-Level Digital course and what to expect when studying at Thorpe St Andrews School in Sixth Form. First of all, we're going to watch the Department for Education promotional video for the T-Levels. I'm now going to tell you a little bit about the department. The department is made up of 5 members of staff: Miss Barnes, Mr. Higgins, Mr. Smith, myself, Mr. Tiddy, and Miss Williams. And between the 5 of us, we will deliver the T-Level Digital to you over the course of the 2 years. As part of studying at Thorpe St Andrews School in Sixth Form, you'll be allocated a subject mentor. This subject mentor will be one of the 5 of us, and they will meet with you regularly throughout the course. And this will be a chance for you to talk about how you're getting on, talk about any concerns you've got, and also a chance for us to try and make sure you're achieving the best possible grade.
The T-Level rooms have been designed to reflect a typical workplace, and they'll be there for you to use whilst you complete the school-based part of your T-Level course. T-Level rooms are located on the south site, just past the business block, for those of you that know Thorpe St Andrews School in Sixth Form.
The examination board for the T-Level Digital is Pearson, and the specification for this that will tell you in more detail about the course can be found on their website. A link for this is at the bottom of this slide. Pearson have worked with a range of employers in developing the T-Level Digital specification. This was to ensure that it meets the needs of the industry. The employers that they've worked with include Arm, BBC, BT, Cisco, CompTIA, Nationwide, National Cybersecurity Centre, and Siemens. This means that the course that we are teaching you includes industry relevant skills and is what the employers are after. Let's talk about the structure of the course. The T-Level in Digital Production Design and Development is made up of several different components. The first of these is the core component. The core component covers the core content that is needed for a range of different digital jobs, and this includes core exams and an employer set project. This part of the course is graded A star to E, and you'll complete the core component in the first year of your T-Level course. The second part is the occupational specialism. In this case, it's digital production, design and development, and this will involve you learning a range of different programming languages, and will be assessed on the grades pass, merit and distinction. And this will be taught alongside the core component in Year 1 and also in Year 2 of the T-Level course. On top of this, you're also required to complete an industry placement of a minimum of 315 hours. We will tell you more about the industry placement in another presentation. In order to gain your T-Level certificate, you need to have a grade 4 or above in English and Maths at GCSE or Level 2 Functional Skills English and Maths. There is also the option for you to complete additional qualifications required by industry. At Thorpe St Andrews School in Sixth Form, we are offering the RIT certificate, which is a qualification by BCS, and through completing your T-Level, you'll be able to gain part certification in the RIT certificate. You will then be able to finish this when you start employment. This qualification is a qualification that people in industry are completing and is widely recognised. In terms of structure of your time whilst at Thorpe St Andrews School in Sixth Form, you will have 4 days in school learning the core component and occupational specialism, and 1 day on your industry placement. The core component is assessed by 2 exams and an employer set project. Paper 1 of the exams is on digital analysis, legislation and emerging issues. Paper 2 is on the business environment. And finally, there is an employer set project. This is a project which Pearson have worked with employers to set and will represent a typical task undertaken in the workplace. The occupational specialist component is assessed by one externally assessed project. This is larger than the employer set project, but again, Pearson have worked with employers to come up with a task that represents a typical task that you would carry out whilst in industry. The core component is made up of 8 different topics. Those 8 different topics are problem solving, introduction to programming, emerging issues and impact of digital, legislation and regulatory requirements, business context, data, digital environments, and finally, security. The employer set project. The employer set project is made up of 4 tasks. Task 1 is planning a project. Task 2 is identifying and fixing defects in an existing code, so debugging. Task 3 is designing a solution. Task 4 is broken down into 2 parts. Task 4A is developing a solution, and Task 4B is your reflective evaluation of the solution that you've created. The occupational specialist assessment. This again is broken down into different parts, and the parts are as follows. Analyse a problem to define requirements and acceptance criteria aligned to user needs. Design, implement and test software. Change, maintain and support software. Create solutions in a social and collaborative environment. Discover, evaluate and apply reliable sources of knowledge. Apply ethical principles and manage risks in line with legal and regulatory requirements when developing software. After studying the T-Level Digital, there are a range of different things you can do next. You could go to university and do a degree. You could do a degree apprenticeship. You could do a normal apprenticeship. Or you could go straight into employment. Some of the job opportunities the T-Level Digital would lead to are a web or app developer, an IT business analysis, a systems developer, a digital marketer, a software developer, a cyber security analyst. These are just some of the digital related jobs that you could go into after finishing the T-Level Digital.
So, you might be thinking, how can you be September ready? The first thing is to work through the bridging course on your Google Classroom. The code for this classroom can be found on the bridging course document on the Thorpe St Andrews School and Sixth Form website. The bridging course is made up of 5 tasks that will help you develop your skills in order to be September ready. The first of these tasks is to complete a Future Learn course, which is about getting started with Python. The second is to work through a BBC Bite-sized section on the fundamentals of algorithms. The third is to research and complete a worksheet on the Google Classroom based on digital environments. The fourth is to answer a 9-mark exam-style question on emerging issues, impact of digital and legislation. And finally, I would like you to work collaboratively to create a presentation on how digital is used to support different parts of an organisation. There is a template for this on the Google Classroom. All of the bridging course needs to be completed by the beginning of July. The date is on the bridging course document.
The second thing you can do to be September ready is complete the transition work that we will set you. This transition work will be based on your bridging coursework that you've completed and will include personalised feedback from that work. This will be for you to complete over the summer holidays. The final thing you can do to be September ready is to start creating a CV. This will be used for your industry placement, which will start after October half term.
Here at Thorpe St Andrews School and Sixth Form, we are really looking forward to delivering to you the T-Level Digital. The T-Level Digital is an exciting course that will teach you the relevant skills that will help fill the digital skills gap within the UK. In the meantime, if you have any questions, post them on your Google Classroom and a teacher will get back to you. We look forward to seeing you in September. Thanks for listening and I hope you have a great summer.